voices shouting through the night. Static hum that shakes the ground. R.I.F.T nation rising loud, profound. Feel the fire, feel the fight. We're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage. Unleash the fury, turn the page. Steel strings scream the truth we bring. Echoed chaos, hearts that sting. Electric veins that feed the roar. Harder, faster, crave for more. Dust and sparks ignite the air. Shattered silence, do we dare? Tidal force, relentless stream. We're the edge, we're the dream. Feel the fire, feel the fight. We're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage. Unleash the fury, turn the page. R.I.F.T nation, hold the line. In the chaos, we align. Through the storm, through the pain, we're the anthem in your veins. Feel the fire, feel the fight. We're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage. Unleash the fury, turn the page. R.I.F.T nation, hold the line. In the chaos, we align. Through the storm, through the pain, we're the anthem in your veins. Broken screens and flashing lights, voices shouting through the night. Static hum that shakes the ground. R.I.F.T nation rising loud, profound. Feel the fire, feel the fight. We're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage. Unleash the fury, turn the page. Steel strings scream the truth we bring. Echoed chaos, hearts that sting. Electric veins that feed the roar. Harder, faster, crave for more. Dust and sparks ignite the air. Shattered silence, do we dare? Tidal force, relentless stream. We're the edge, we're the dream. Feel the fire, feel the fight. We're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage. Flashing lights, voices shouting through the night. Static hum that shakes the ground. R.I.F.T nation rising loud, profound. Feel the fire, feel the fight. We're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage. Unleash the fury, turn the page. Steel strings, scream the truth we bring. Echoed chaos, hearts that sting. Electric veins that feed the roar. Harder, faster, crave for more. Dust and sparks ignite the air. Shattered silence, do we dare? Tidal force, relentless stream. We're the edge, we're the dream. Feel the fire, feel the fight. We're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage. Unleash the fury, turn the page. R.I.F.T nation.
The engine is starting up.
For launch. GC. Go. Guidance. Go. Fido. Go. Prop.
Go.
GNC. Go. Max.
Go.
Eagle. Go. Ecom.
Go pending final steps to cabin link check.
3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Beacon in the dark for you. Reach out, grab that spark. Wisdom waits in silent hues. Find your path out of the dark. Thursday night, the time is near. Guidance shines at 9:30. Eastern winds will draw you here. Hearts and minds no longer blurry. Your fate lies in your own hands. Wisdom flows like desert sands. Knowledge hidden in plain sight. Reach for it with all your might.
Hey there, everybody. How are we doing today? Yeah, it's running a little slow, so got a storm going on outside. All right, so the bag of nuts that normally appears tonight at 8 o'clock is a little kind of put on the back burner. I pulled the Beacon in the Dark forward. Renee is actually handling something with her family tonight. There is a lot going on right now, um, that's causing a lot of not just psychological damage, but yeah, psychological damage a lot with everything that is going on. And, I wanted to come on and honestly, I want to give my opinion. I want to tell everybody how I feel about this, but I also want to give you guys some help in case you need it, because this is major. And I don't care who agrees and who disagrees with me at this particular point. I just don't care. This is about children. Okay, by knocking the SNAP benefits off, you're affecting kids. Okay, some kids, yeah, they're in school, maybe they can get one or two meals, yay for them. What about the kids that aren't in school? What about the seniors? There's so much going on in this world right now. I've never in my life, in all my 60 years, and if my mother and grandmother were alive, they'd say the same thing, heard of a government, and I'm not going to blame sides here. Okay, blame literally a government that is allowing their people to go hungry. Aren't you here to serve the people? Isn't that what you're supposed to be here for? You're supposed to be here to help people and help individuals. What about those that do get it? And there's been a lot going on online about this happened and that happened. If anybody sees that there was a riot at a Walmart and it's closed down, that's crap. You got to learn to research a thing and know that Walmart isn't closing down on the first and only allowing this. That's also crap as well. So that's not actually happening. Anybody that has any information out there that can help people, I have the National Mental Health Outline hotline up for anybody that does need help. But I also have the food banks up for absolutely every state. And if you're in a particular state, in a particular city, and you want to know where the food banks are, I'm going to plop all those up in just about a minute. But there's a lot going on. And let me explain something to people, okay? So, yeah, you two kicked me off. Yeah, probably commented because you probably all know who I voted for. Well, and that's the thing. It's not about who we voted for. It's about what they're doing right now. Okay? What they're doing is affecting us. So, what we need to do is get together and help each other. This dog eat dog crap that happens where this one's got to look out for that one and then rob this one, that. Sorry, but that doesn't work. As we're doing all of this, if everybody goes out there and goes on a frenzy, I mean, it's like the toilet paper scare of COVID. I never did understand that. It was everybody afraid they weren't going to be able to wipe their ass. I'm sorry, I'm being a little blunt here today, but this is all blunt talk from Sue, okay? Because Sue's a little ticked off at this. So Susan's got a little blunt talk going on. So not you. Oh, normally you guys are used to the happy-go-lucky girl. Yeah, this girl's a little ticked off. She's a grandmother. Okay, and let me explain something to you. And everybody says, "Oh my God, food stamps, get off, get off, get off your ass and actually get a job." Well, let me help you out with that. Okay, before you guys go any further into that, I'm going to help you out with this right here. Okay, I raised kids by myself. Okay. I worked two jobs, went to college, but guess what? I still couldn't make ends meet. I paid my rent, my gas, my electric, car insurance, put clothes on my kids, everything else. So, yeah, I did get food stamps. Okay. It is not that people are doing this, that, and the other thing. Okay. You really have to look at this. What is wrong? Me, I'm going to be fine. But it's those little kids out there that you're affecting right now. And I know this battle is over healthcare. I get that. I get that this battle is over healthcare, and I understand that because the cost of healthcare can go up. Because why? Some individuals want the rich to be richer and the poor to be poorer or just die because now you don't want to help those that feed. But now you're taking it out on little kids. Little kids. That just pisses me off. Okay, the elderly, the little kids who can't sit there and work. Okay, it's bloody ridiculous. Okay, we got Michelle Wong in here. It says I've been doing food bank Tuesday and hand out boxes. Yes. Okay, and that's what I mean. We need to get together and help. Yeah, the issues are actually, they are ridiculous. And I get the food stamp thing. I deliver food boxes to those who can't pick them up due to transportation and mobility issues. Yes, there's a lot of elderly out there that can't do it. Okay. And here's another one: single mom of three, work two jobs, full time, in college too, as well as housing and food. And that was it. If it wasn't for the discounts, literally, I went to college, I went to this, that, and the other thing. I did all these things. I fall into the uninsured healthcare gap. Yeah. And that's the issue. I get the healthcare thing and I understand that. But there is an emergency budget out there. As you guys are battling this out, people that we elected are battling these issues out. Feed the people. Because the only thing you're doing is making yourselves look bad. Feed the people, feed the kids. Okay, literally. And if you are a type of individual that does have excessive income, okay, and you do fine, you don't need that, this, that, and the other thing, how hard would it be for you to take a couple of inexpensive, cheap canned goods and donate them to the food pantries? Because the food pantries are not going to be able to handle this entire United States. They're going to run out. And then what happens? What happens to the kids? What happens to the seniors? What happens to individuals? What happens? Okay, because you guys are just not getting up off your butts and doing things. I mean, there's so much happening on the internet right now. Unbelievable. So much happening on the internet. This one blames that. That one blames this. This one blames that. Well, let me give you a hint here. Everybody show up, figure this out. Nobody gets a paycheck until it's solved. How's that? Okay? It's not this side says this side says that. You know what the American people care about? They care about eating right now. They're worried about their children. So, yes, there's going to be anxiety. There's going to be issues. There's going to be people that normally can work through these things that are going to be having an issue. So, look out, guys. Look out for your families. Look out for people with small kids. Check in on the elderly to see how you're doing. Okay? It might be just a can of beans to you or some tuna fish to someone else, but to them, it could be a freaking meal. Okay? So don't help, donate, do the best that you can. You know, for those of us that can help, help. For those of us that can't, I have a list. I have an absolute list of food banks here. I totally 100%, and this is the opinion of Susan Swanbeck, not the opinion of Rift Nation Network. This is my opinion, okay? I think you're all a bunch of asshats starving small children and the elderly. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. I don't. Maybe there are some people out there that shouldn't be getting food stamps. Maybe there's some people out there that need a little cash assistance. Well, let me help you out here. If you guys didn't keep worrying about lining your pockets and trying to charge $2,000 for a freaking 2-bedroom apartment, okay, and then skyrocket the rent, the gas, and the electric, maybe we'd be able to afford food and health insurance. Maybe you guys should go back to the drawing board and figure all this out. Okay? Because the reason half of us cannot afford food is because of the ridiculous amounts of rent that being charged. You could, if I had good credit, I could get a freaking mortgage for that much. Really, seriously, this whole thing is just really pissed me off. So I'm hitting straight now. I'm hitting it to you guys 100% straight. Share this out with somebody. Let's motivate. Let's not get angry with each other. Let's not do that, because what's going to happen? We're going to get into the food bags again in a minute, and then we'll go over some chat. What is going to happen if everybody starts going haywire, stealing this, stealing that? What's going to happen, guys? Think about this. This is a ploy. Martial law. What happens with martial law? It doesn't matter if you're doing okay and you've put things aside, because if the military feels that other people use it, they'll come and take it anyways. It's not yours. It doesn't matter what it is. Gas, if it's like gas for the car you've saved, if you have gas put aside, if you have food stock put aside, wood stock put aside. It doesn't matter. So let's not do that. Instead of doing that, find a way to help each other. Let's stay away from the chaos. There's enough chaos right now with everything that's happening in the government. We don't need any more. Let's be bigger than that. Let's be better than that. Let's show everybody how good we can be. Literally. Okay? Because this whole thing is monotonous and it's just, oh, I'm telling you, yes, I got my panties in a bunch, I'll tell you. So let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so Michelle falls into the uninsured healthcare gap. Yeah, there's a gap because what it is as far as the healthcare and the health insurance, I get that. If one side goes through, I think it's if the Republicans get their vote the way it is, the cost of healthcare will go up so high. A lot of people, again, are going to avoid going to the doctor. Why? Because they can't afford it. If they can't afford to put food on their table because the astronomical amount of rent or electricity or gas or oil or even gas for your car, if these prices continue to go up, you're not going to balance anything out. You're not going to balance anything out at all. You got to bring that poop down. Bring it back down to where it was. This is ridiculous. I've never seen anything like this in my whole life. I can imagine my grandmother rolling over in her grave right now. This whole thing is monotonous. It seems like you get a raise, rent goes up. Okay? You get a raise, your gas goes up. You get a raise, electric goes up. Jeepers, creepers. Anybody seen the price of steak? Good thing I don't eat red meat, but have you seen the price of those things? Damn. Control this. Literally control this. It's the rich are getting richer and the poor are just going to end up in the graves because we're not going to be able to afford food or health insurance. Okay? That's what it's looking right now. That's what it feels like to me. It's just got my temper going in an uproar where we need to figure this stuff out. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. And again, this is Miss Michelle. $6,700 a year out of pocket plus the $257 Part B deductible yearly. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. This is the stuff I'm talking about right here. This is ridiculous. And you guys want us to what? Pay rent, gas, electric, and go to work all at the same time? You can't afford that. You can't afford any of it. It's so hard right now. Ever since they took rent control out, everything's been ridiculous. This whole situation, this whole thing has been monotonous. It really has been. Okay, let's see. And we got Michelle again here. Michelle says, I have to pay almost $7,000 for medical care per year before Medicare pays, despite my monthly premium copay and deductible. See, there's something not right here. I'm sorry, the numbers are not adding up. They are not adding up. This money goes out to this one, out to this one, out to this one, but yet the United States people can't eat. That makes no sense. No sense at all. Tell you what, here's an idea. Give us all houses. I'll plant my own food, raise my own chickens. It's the way I look at it right now. I'm going to move with, let's see, Michelle also says here, yeah, I'm going to move with my brother and my oldest son so I can afford to pay the medical and rent plus utilities. Yes, it is ridiculous. This whole thing is. We also got make the same amount in Social Security as I did in 1980 when I was working, except for my rent was, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So we get an applaud for Miss Heidi. Thank you, Miss Heidi. We get an amen, Susan, because I'm going off and I never do this, guys. Okay, let's see what we got going on. If you have warm clothes that you've outgrown or worn, donate them to your loose clothes. I have a tons of yarn. I managed to get yarn for $1. So I can make blankets, hats, scarves, things like that. So I've been doing a bunch of that and doing it because that's what I can do. That's the way that I can help. It's not food, but at least it'll keep you warm. So many need warm clothes right now. Exactly. And that's why places around here, there are people doing things. There really is. Can't afford the mammogram, can't afford the cholesterol test. Exactly. That is a big issue. So, congrats to your daughter. I'm glad she made it through surgery well, Heidi, by the way. Oh, and of course, happy Halloween. Sorry, guys, I'm blowing up Halloween, but this stuff needs to be said. It needs to be talked about. Everybody's talking about riots, stealing this, stealing that. No, that's not what we need to do. Help the food banks out. Do you know that there are 2 restaurants in this area? 2 restaurants in the area I live in right now. Go there, fill it out. If you're not getting food stamps and you worry about your kids being fed, you fill out a couple of applications. I can't remember where I put the names of the 2 restaurants for the local area that I live in right now, but you just go out and you fill a little paperwork out, talk to the owner, and they'll make sure that your kids get food. Okay? That's an awesome thing. That alleviates what, guys? That alleviates the stress. Okay? Not everybody in this world wants to sit down and do no collecting. I worked 2 jobs, went to school, went to college, did all these things. Okay? I did not predict I was going to fall and break my back in the city of Acushnet, which I didn't sue because I was more worried about the kids. There's not even a high school in Acushnet. So there's no way I was going to sue for a broken back. I dealt with it and I'm still dealing with it, but it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. We all go with what it is that we have to. So, all right, now what I have up right now, I'm gonna pull this over, take a look at this, and try to get to the states here. Get over to the states. Okay, and these are things. I'm actually gonna pull this up right now. Let's see. Go to screen share. Oh, this one is the one I want. Go to share this. Okay. So we got this pulled up right here. As you guys can see, I'll move this over. All right, so it's bigger. All right, so what we're pulling up right now is I'm pulling up the free food banks is what we're pulling up. So I'm going to copy and paste this for anybody that actually needs it. Now, if you need to get food, go get food. If you have extra food you want to donate, this is something I literally do it. It doesn't matter. 1 can, 2 can, it doesn't matter. Every little bit's help because I we don't know how long this is actually going to last. So this is list by state, by places that you can go. So if you have a state and you are interested in a particular state, let me know your state right now. Let's look up your state and your city and find out where it is that you can actually get some help. I mean, let's see. We can go over here to, I'll go to Massachusetts. No, that's an ad. Close the ad. Okay, so we'll go over and again, I mentioned Acushnet, Auburn, Avon. There's all of these places over here. Let's see. Let's pick one. Let's pick one. Let's see. We'll pick. My goodness, Newdick. Oh, there's so many here. Salem. Oh, that's a nice place. Even Salem has help. Let's see. I'm looking for right here. Okay. This is a list. So if you would like a list of places to go, okay, and these have the names. We have Catholic Social Services in the city of New Bedford in Massachusetts. We also have Martin's Food and Pantry. We also have Anthony of Padona Food Pantry, South Baptist Church Food Pantry, SDA Portugal Church Food Pantry, and PACE. Emergency food pantry for the city of New Bedford. That's in Massachusetts. Well, let's go to Massachusetts. Let's go over to Salem. Let's take a look at Salem right now. Okay? Salem, Mass. Joseph's Food Pantry in Salem. Salvation Army. Salvation Army is a really good place to go. Now, if you don't have the extra food or you want to help and you want to donate some of your time, they won't care. They don't care if you're on a walker or a cane or a wheelchair. They really do need help with people that can pack food. They have people that take the applications. Maybe they need somebody to help pack food. Maybe you can help that way. Okay? And there's resources guide. Contact your United Way. Contact your United Way and find out about your local resources, okay? And another thing we need to look for is some places, some churches has what is known as literal full meals. You can go in there and you can get yourself a nice hot meal. Okay, so there is help out there, but we need the help to continue. So we need to continue going. If you're looking for food bags in an area, let me know your state right now. Okay, I just put up the local food US right up there. So we can get as much help out to as many people as possible. I don't know if they're still doing farmers markets. Farmers markets is a really good place to get inexpensive, fresh fruits and vegetables. Okay, really, really good place to do it. Go online, look up some canning ideas to do that as well in order to save the fruits and vegetables. There's many different methods to do this. So we need to learn to extend shelf life. Rice is an awesome thing to have because you can use that for so many ways. With me, bread, yeast. I mean flour and yeast. I can make bread with that. So literally, flour and yeast and a little bit of water, and I can make bread with that, and that's it. That's good. So now you just got to figure out the meats, this, that, and the other thing. So there's a lot of things we can actually do. So we know Mr. Ed's in Virginia. Let's see if we can look up Virginia over here and see what's going on. So I don't know if anybody else would like to know what's happening for food pantries, or you just want me to flash the list because you know somebody in that particular area. Please feel free to let me know. I'd love to figure this out for you. So let's see. Let's go over to Virginia. Get the ad off. Okay, I don't know any place. We'll go to. I have no idea. I don't know anything about Virginia, so we're just gonna. I'm gonna pick one, and okay, we're gonna go to. Can't pronounce that, so probably not a good idea. We're gonna go to Hillsville. Hillsville. Okay, we'll go to Hillsville in Virginia. So if you guys want a state, let me know. Send me over a state. I will look up the food pantries, especially whether it's for you, for a neighbor, for a friend. It doesn't matter. I can flash this right on the screen for you guys. That's not an issue whatsoever. So we have Hicksville First Methodist Church Outreach Ministry. A lot of ministry and churches will be there to donate. This isn't about religion. This is about feeding people, feeding individuals. Okay. Let's see, Yoke Fellows Ministry as well. Helping Hands, that's another one. Helping Hands Foundation. Let's see, Tiffany Episcopal Church. And again, Salvation Army. A lot of Salvation Armies throughout the United States is really a good place to go. United Way is another good place to go. Let's see, okay, we'll go to Evington in Vermont as well. So if you have a particular state you want me to flash up here, let me know. I will flick up the state and the city for you. You could just let me know. And again, we have the Chapel Grove Baptist Family Life Church, and these are all on the website. First Baptist Church, Love Truth Community Church, Fellowship Church, Fayetteville United Methodist Church. Now, these are all in Virginia. So on this particular website, everything that you look for, everything that it is that you want, you're going to find on this website. Another issue that we need to really look at right here. Okay. We need to learn to, okay, good example. Say if you live in an elderly disabled unit, okay, and you happen to go to the food bank and you get stuff at the food bank. Some of the stuff at the food bank you don't eat. Okay. Do an exchange in the building. Okay, well, say I don't eat corn, and I don't eat I don't know, red peas or whatever. So you do an exchange with somebody that does eat it in exchange for something that you do eat. Learn to work with your neighbors, okay? And learn to do what it is that you can do. Let's see what else we have going on here. I think there was another individual that was it Michigan? There's a couple people I know in Michigan. Actually, Florida was another one I wanted to look up. Let's look up Florida. So let me know, guys, if there is a particular one that you want to look at. Let's see, where's Florida? It's Florida. Even Florida has it. Okay, in Florida right now, I'm going to look for Hold on. Let's see. Crystal River. Oh, let's see. Uh, we'll go to Deltona. Daytona, Deltona. Okay, we'll go to Deltona. Deltona. Okay, Deltona Christian Church Food Pantry. This is in Florida. St. Church Salvation Army again, guys. Salvation Army. Really, really good place. Okay. Let's see. Martha's Cupboard. Salvation Army, also in West Louise Food, St. Bernard's Faith at Church. These are all places that you can actually go, and there is a list. You just go to this website. As we are all going through this, we're going to have issues psychologically. There's going to be extra stress. There's going to be extra anxiety and everything that's happened. Well, people figure out how to fix this because this, like I said, this thing is freaking ridiculous. Okay, it really is. So now there's a mental health site or a mental health hotline that you guys can actually call. Let's see if I can type this in and flash it on the screen, so you guys know that there is help, because psychologically speaking, when you're stressing about not being able to provide for your family, and you've kind of done everything that you could think of to do and been everywhere, but you still don't have everything that you need to go through. This is, and again, we all get stressed. We all get it. Yes, there are local crisis centers. There are, but if you know somebody that's having a severe an issue, because a lot of times these things will trigger. They will trigger. Oops, something went wrong. Try redirecting that. Okay, I have no idea. It wouldn't let me post that number. Wow. It wouldn't let me see if I can post it this way. Hold on, guys. Let's post it this way. Oh my gosh. All right, let's post it this way. I can't post anything right now. All right. So I don't know if you guys are still in here, if this is still live, or if I've actually ended. I don't know. But this, like I said, this whole thing is ridiculous. It needs to be figured out. We need to get together. We need to be together. We need to learn to work together, is what we need to do. So talk to me here, people. What's going on? What is it that you need to find out? What is that you'd like to look at? It says that I'm streaming. Okay, so that's good. All right, so it's checking that. So, and again, just let me know. There's a lot of places. There's Hawaii, Georgia, Connecticut, Alabama, California, Florida, Ohio, Arizona, yeah, yeah, California, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa. So if you live in Maryland, Maine, Massachusetts, this particular site has absolutely everything that you could think of. Okay, we need to do that. If you are a local business, okay, help out, give some extra canned goods to the food bags. Okay, if you're a restaurant, okay, and you need extra help, guess what? Have somebody work for their meals. Okay, have them go in there, bust tables, let them bust tables for a meal, let them do a little extra cleaning. Find a way that we can all actually work together rather than working against each other, because we don't need that state of unrest. We don't need any of that at all. None of that. Okay, let's go into the stop sharing. So that's what I have going on, guys. There's so much happening, and when you look on the internet or on Facebook or even YouTube, or Twitch is famous for this. Sorry, there's a lot of places you really have to fact check what is happening and what is going on. There are so many places out there that don't have the correct information. Prepay at local restricted, so they can pin you up for anyone to claim. Huh? Prepay at local, so they can pin you up for everyone to claim. Um yeah, I'm a little lost, honey. Prepay at a local, so oh, I don't know. Right now it's about the kids. It's I don't Nobody knows how long this is going to last. Nobody knows. And it's how long can people actually have pest patience? Yes, you can prepay at local restaurants so that they can pin it up for someone in need to claim. Thank you. I understood that now. That's a good idea too. It's like a pay it forward. Like if I go in a coffee line, sometimes you just say, "Hey, I want to pay for the next driver's meal," and you do that. You pay it forward. That's another good way to do it if you can afford that, you know. But not everybody has the ability to. There's more people without cars where I live than there are with cars, so there's a lot of bus routes over here. So a lot of individuals do have that bus routes. Prepay for your meal. Anyone in need could take advantage of it. That's a fantastic idea right there. Let's see. That's a good idea too. Prepaid meals for those that help. And like I said, around here there's a couple of restaurants that are trying to help and work with individuals with smaller kids, because yes, some kids have school, but we have holidays coming up. What are they supposed to do? Okay, we'll feed you for a little while, but during your vacation for your Thanksgiving, we're not going to eat. I mean, come on. Come on. This shouldn't be happening. None of this should be happening. Okay? According to the research, yes, there's money in the budget to fix this. So guess what? Fix it. This is not the way to win the public's trust. Doing this is not the way. Raising and keeping making, and this is what's happening. I'm sorry, as far as my opinion, this whole thing, middle class, they're making down with the individuals who are on the lowest scale. I hate to say the word poor, but bringing them down to the poor, and the rich are going up. The middle class is leaving. So there's literally only two: rich and not rich. I mean, that's just the way it seems to be going with the raise of everything that's actually happening. So maybe somebody out there can actually do something about this. Stop the rents from skyrocketing. Jesus, you want them to pay a mortgage and a half for one freaking apartment. Okay? I mean, gas goes up, rent goes up, gas for your house, gas for your car. All these things are going up, 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 up. Pay more for this, pay more for that, pay more for this. And then you want everybody on top of it to be able to afford food. The reason nobody can afford food is because everything goes up. I mean, up. And not everybody out there that does get the SNAP benefits is a person that sits there as what they like to call lifers that live off the system. No. No. Jesus, there's families out there that can't afford nothing. There's single moms, there's single dads, there's a lot of different situations. So until you've actually walked a mile in someone's shoes, don't judge. It's just the way that it look. Don't judge. You ain't been there. You haven't been through what they've been through. You haven't gone through what they've gone through. So don't do it. Don't do it. Another thing that's actually been going around the internet right now is about the blackout. Now, this is what they mean by a blackout. Here's the thing. If you go to the store, get everything you need, and everybody stops going to every single store for a week, they say that's the blackout. Because they need us more than we need them, because they need to buy the stuff. But how does that help anybody? I have a question about that. My issue with that is there are some individuals there that are working, getting a paycheck. Are you going to send them home and they're not going to get as much in that paycheck in order to help their families as possible? Okay? In my opinion, and again, I keep stating this, in my opinion, nobody in the government gets paid. Everybody's money gets frozen until this is actually fixed. This needs to be solved. This is not fair. It is not right. Like I said, we are talking about kids. We're talking about our children. We're talking about our grandchildren, if you're my age. Okay? Grandchildren, children, grandchildren, grandparents that raise their grandchildren. Okay, the seniors, and of course, yes, there's disabled as well. So there is so many different people that do need this. So rather than saying all these things that have been going around, these different social media events, saying, I'm going to steal this, I'm going to steal that, that's not going to help anything. It's really not. It's only going to make it worse. So don't do that. Find another avenue, find another way. There are some really good discount stores we don't have. Some of those that people have been mentioning in that particular area. So, I wish we did, but it would take 6.5 miles for me to get there, and I can't drive that long. So, yeah, I agree with everything you're talking about. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. It's just needs to be done. I mean, we need to do this for our sanity. We need to do this for us. This is not right. It really isn't right. Wow. It is just so not right, guys. None. So if you know somebody that needs me to pull up a particular state over here, okay, we can. This particular site that I gave you the link to, which is the food one, this site right here, okay. They have food pantries by zip code, free food boxes, free food by zip code again, um, and free food near me. And of course, they have housing for seniors again based on your income. So there's a lot of information on this site. Food banks, free food pantries, and food banks information that they actually have. And you can actually download or copy or even call to find out what the days and the times actually are. But look out for each other and pay attention to what's happening. There is so much happening right now. Let's not give up on each other. Let's help each other as much as we can. If you can't help with food, okay, somebody that's paying for food, maybe you crochet, you knit, you sew, maybe can help them out with a jacket or clothes or one blanket, because now they're taking their money and putting it towards food and they don't have the clothes. Okay, there you go. That's an issue. You have a couple of coats that don't fit you, or you don't wear them anymore. Maybe it keeps somebody else warm. Maybe these blankets will actually help, because now that they're paying for the food, they can't afford the heat. Think about this. So, yes, absolutely right. If you can't donate the food, do what you can to assist, do what you can to help. Let's all come together. Let's actually be this, America. It's not about how much you make. It's about what's in here. Let what's in here shine. We were getting ready, switching dimensions to work with our heart chakra. That's what we were doing. The green energy to work with our heart chakra. Well, now's the time for that to shine. Now is the time for that heart to shine. Help each other. Work with each other. Do what you can. Food banks, great. Salvation Army, great. Okay? Find a place to donate these things where you know it's going to get to somebody who needs it. They just had free jackets down in a local area where they live. No questions asked. If you need a coat, literally drop a coat, take a coat. You don't have a coat, we'll give you a coat. So they were actually giving away brand new free coats before winter. That's awesome. That's awesome. So we have all these things that us as individuals can do. Blankets, coats, socks, sweaters, crochet hats, knitted hats, crochet scarves, knitted scarves. I mean, there's so much we can do to help each other. And I think it's something that we need to finally step forward and do. We say that America's really great. Well, let America help each other. Let's work together. That's literally all I got for today, guys. That was my rant. That is my thing. Okay, so we have the local food sites near you. And I literally, somebody that needs help, take this down. The link is right here. It's on the face on the pages. You can look that up. Also, if you know anybody that's having some issues going through this and they're more stressed than possible, there is a mental health hotline that you can look up at your local crisis center. But right now, let's do what we can to donate. Let's do what we can to help each other get through this crisis, because that's what it is. It's a crisis. It's a crisis caused by not our own making. Sometimes the situations we are in as individuals is literally no fault of our own. It just happens. This, you just literally go with the dice, throw the dice. You never know what's going to happen. We deal with what it is that we have. We deal with what we have to work with. Okay? Don't worry about what you don't have. Worry about what you do have. Okay? And learn to work with each other. Help your family. Help your friends. Literally, if I had a house, I'd be planting. I'd be having a nice greenhouse. A couple chickens. Chick, 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 chick. You know, all dreams. All dreams. But you know what? It's good to dream. So let's do this. Maybe see, you live in a building. If they have a roof, talk to them, see if you can start a community garden up there. It's a good idea. Community garden. Help feed each other in case something like this ever happens again. They used to have those all the time. Community garden right on the roofs. And it was literally for the people in the building. That's a really good idea. It's another way to help stop the hunger. So let's stop the hunger. Let's make sure nobody goes to bed hungry. And let's make sure that nobody is being too greedy. Do what we can. Learn to bake too. Just rework your budgets, guys. Everybody else is. We'll figure this out, but we're all in this together, is what we're in. Together. We are in this. We have to remember that. We're not working against each other. We're working with each other. Let's try to keep that up. All right, guys, that's it. I might be on Saturday to maybe do some readings on Saturday afternoon, but I really needed to get this off my chest, and Renee should be back next week. Have no idea what the topic's going to be, but everybody have a happy and safe Halloween. And let the kids enjoy it. Don't stress the little stuff. Have fun as much as you can when you can. Because money don't make memories. Memories make memories. Peace out. Happy and safe holidays to you.